To have in fact Dr. Kanimozhi N.V.N. Somu joining us now live, Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament of the DMK. Dr. Kanimozhi, how do you view the Supreme Court verdict?
We look this as a victory of all over India, not only for the state of Tamil Nadu, because time and again Tamil Nadu has always been a state which has been setting example for so many issues which affects the state autonomy. Always Tamil Nadu and our leaders from Aringaranna to Muttavaringa Dr. Kalaignar and our MK Stalin sir always stood up for the state autonomy, where states should have more voice, because the state government is being elected by the people of Tamil Nadu or whichever state. They have been elected government. So they require more democracy, more secularism and more federalism rather than they being controlled from the union government which is running in the center. Because a union government is a formation of all the governments from different states with different languages, different ethnicity. So in that case, I think every state has its own culture, own language and own ethnicity. So that should be respected, and we follow so many rules and regulations which caters to that type of people and language. So in that case, from the time of reservation, now recently we have been voicing out for delimitation, we have been voicing out for work food, we have been voicing out against the NEP and 2020 and the Samagra Shiksha policy. We have also taken this as a real challenge to say that the elected government, the chief minister of that state, should have the full autonomy to decide on the institutions run by the state government, which caters to that institutions. So that becomes a very pivotal role. So we don't take this as very personalized and we say, yeah, it is only victory to DMK and Tamil Nadu. We have always been raising voice for the common concerns of the country. In that way, our leader, Mr. MK Stalin, sees this as a victory to all the states of India.
Dr. Kanimozhi Somu, which were the 10 bills that were being held back by the governor? Do you believe this verdict will help the people of Tamil Nadu with now these bills being acceded to, becoming acts now?
As time and again, the union government has been bringing bills which is not very rosy for all the communities and all the linguistic peoples of India. For example, if we could say the CIA, which was all been into the usage now, the delimitation, where the southern states are suffering. Because we had followed empirically the family planning which was imposed by the central government of India, and northern states which has not followed the rules and they get more number of seats. This is a total injustice. So we are not in favor of that. We want some kind of a fair deal where all the states are benefited. It's not that only the state government wants, Tamil Nadu state government wants something. And in the state assembly also, we have passed a resolution for the delimitation. I think we are one of the first state to do it. Next is our NEET. We are still again voicing out for NEET, because time and again, India has been a medical hub for so many countries. It has been for decades together. During the past decades, there was nothing called as NEET, but still we have been producing good number of doctors and good number of surgeons across the country and across the world. Name any doctor, they are from India, at least to a good amount of percentage. So when that system was right and more number of the downtrodden people and people from government schools were able to get into the education system, why bring something called as NEET, where we have to spend more money to the coaching centers? And those coaching centers are not approved by the state government or by the union government. There are only these third persons who try to make money out of this. So time and again, we would like NEET to be revoked, and the delimitation. The work, though it has been passed, still the minority, our Muslim community, sisters and brothers, are still not very comfortable with that being passed. Then we have our farmers bill. Like this, we have a lot of bills which is not accepted by the many of the states. but it's still in usage. I think all this will help the governor to follow only his work, what is designed for him, what is has to be done by him to cater to his own needs and to the state. Be a very harmonious situation between the governor and the state government.
Do you think that the Supreme Court verdict will ensure better coordination between governors and states? And if so, why?
Time and again, Supreme Court has been warning all the state governors to keep up to their rules and regulations and with their powers and with their borders. It has been so told by the Supreme Court in so many verdicts in the previous cases also. And now this verdict of the thing which is a lesson really taught to the governors who take up charges that think that they are the supreme power of the state. When there is an elected government for that state, a governor cannot be a supreme power. Time and again, DMK has always been advocating that we don't require governors for a state when there is an elected body in the state which has faced an election, which has faced the people confidence, and we have come to the power. I think that holds good for each and every state. Once that is a power with full capacity, I think the state autonomy will also have a good say in it, so that we maintain the federalism of whole country and the secularism of our whole country. I think it not only creates a good rapport between the governor and the chief ministers of each state, it also has a good rapport between the union and the state governments, that unnecessarily the government doesn't interfere with the powers of the state government, and which doesn't have a rift between the union government and the state government. I think it would pave way for a harmonious relationship between the union of state governments and the central government and the state governments.
Now, from wars over bills to national anthem and more, how do we stop then, Dr. Kanimozhi, these constant one-upmanships that often happen between the governor and the CM? And, of course, it's happening in Tamil Nadu, but it's happening in other parts of the country as well.
Now, this would be a lesson for the governor to go back and read what his rules and what his regulations and what much he can act on the state. A governor is there just to see if the state is running the government properly. That is the only work he has. If there is any chaos in the state by the state government or between the two parties, or if there is any majority collapse or anything, that is the time when the governor really needed to call for the other people to find out if they have the majority and all that thing. That also in consultation with the president only. He is only an appointed person. That I think all the governors of the country should take in mind, but they are only appointed and they have got nothing to do with the elections, and they've got nothing to do with facing the people, and they've got nothing to do on the ground, on the field reality for them. They are a person with the power who can only just monitor, not execute their powers. They are not elected by the people. Time and again I say this, because only elected people has the power to really do good things for the people.
Okay, and finally then, what according to you is the role of a governor in a state? Do you believe today's verdict defines it or undermines it?
Exactly, the Supreme Court has defined the governor's exact work, how the governor has to work. See, this is what way back in 1967, 70s itself, our great leader, Aringer Annadurai, has given a quote stating that, I just quote it in Tamil and I will explain it in English also. He said, "Aattukku daadiyum, naattukku governorum vendam," which means the exact translation is, we know goats have beard, which is not required for the goat, and same way the states also doesn't require governor. This is the exact translation which he told it in the Tamil language in a poetical way. So actually we don't require a governor. We have a president. The president can still monitor us from the center seeing what the states are doing. We don't require one person who is called as governor. The expenditure is unnecessary. In all states, we have a Raj Bhavan called with palatial places, which is covering the. And in Tamil Nadu, you have an extra sophistication of going to Ooty. You have a Raj Bhavan there also. I think all these expenses could be cut down. We don't require a governor. If there is anything which the state has to appeal to it, they can always appeal to the President of India, because even the President of India has a election to face and they win an election and come. But a governor doesn't rule this. Today's Supreme Court verdict clearly depicts us what the governor border is, what the boundary is, and where the governor, he or she, should stand.